God, my keyboard is like frozen, like freezing. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Yes, this is my voice. I'm trying to download this pattern to print. One second. I left my computer down here last night, and that was a mistake. It's super cold to touch. I mean, it's not bad. I have a gaming laptop. It's about 4 years old, so it has like multiple fans, so that way the computer doesn't overheat. But when it's like really really cold, it's interesting. Good morning. Hey Kelly. Hey Sherry. Hey Linda. Hey Lynette. Hey Sandra. Your girl has been sick, and it's if Hope's watching, which she's probably not because she's sleeping because it's a snow day. It's because of my daughter. She was sick over on winter break, and my kids. I don't know if many people are like this, and hopefully this people don't take this the wrong way. I'm an affectionate person to a certain extent. I don't. I'm not like the complete hugger or cuddler person. I don't know why. Just like body heat, and it just makes me like I don't know. It just is not who I am. But if one of my babies are sick, I will cuddle with them. It's just a natural thing that happens. I think when you have a baby, whether you give birth or adopt or whatever, you just when a baby is little, I think it's a natural instinct in a parent to try to cuddle and soothe something that's so tiny that has no control over it. This is where I think humanity actually does have a heart and soul, because when you see a baby, no matter how old you are, and they're sick, you like will pray to any deity to take that cold away from them and give it to you because they can't control it. They're miserable. They have temperatures or whatever. So whenever my kids are sick and they like crawl into my bed and they're just like, "Hey mom, let's just watch TV," and they're just like cuddling with me, that's when they get their cuddling time with me. But with this being said, she was sick all of winter break. She was sick at Christmas. She thought for sure she had strep throat. I kept saying, "Let's go to the doctors." She's like, "No, I don't want to be on antibiotics." And um I kind of let her take the wheel because in here in Maryland, at 14, the kids have more of a say so of their medical. I know, I know. I'm still struggling with this. If they tell the doctors they don't want this or that, the doctors have to follow suit. I don't know why. Maybe because it's part of the 13 original messed up colonies. I don't know why. How much snow do we have? It's a lot. It looks like a winter wonderland outside. It's a lot. I think I can honestly say it's a little bit more half than a tire on one of my cars. So, and it's still coming down. um, and I don't think, damn it. I told my husband this. So there was this guy that is like a dog owner, and he also breeds like Great Danes and Cape Corsos, and he knows those two particular breeds are very finicky to go outside, and he said to salt a pathway to their restroom outside. From the window you salt a pathway, and I told my husband, I was like, this is genius. As long as I've had dogs, I have never thought about salting a pathway. You just like open up a window and what, the sliding glass door, and you let them out of it. But my dogs are like bad and bougie, and as soon as their paw touches the snow, they're looking at us like, I didn't ask for this. Roxy likes the snow. Loki doesn't. And I don't know if my husband salted an area for him yesterday. I haven't looked yet. Um, we got about 6 inches so far, I know. And then I think they're the heavier part comes in again around 1 o'clock this afternoon. So, so yay! Good morning. So I'm interested. I wonder if anyone in North Carolina got snow. I know Virginia got it. Of course, Connecticut, and of course, I mean, I think my friend in New York got like a ton, like almost 12 inches. Um, so I'm printing out a pattern that I'm going to be teaching at in the Sew Expo in California because I've only made it once and I need to make it again to see if I can time it out. I need to get in. When I lose my voice gets deeper. Have you? It gets deeper into like this. I call it my dog's, my jazz voice. Um, so yesterday I felt like I was doing pretty good, so I came downstairs and I was organizing my threads because my I ordered like the pegboard, like they're, and of course I don't have one. They're like a pegboard thing that could hold like longer spools. And I was so excited because I had spools like hanging out like everywhere, all over the place. So I did that. And grant you, I have about like 25 or 35 spools. I did that. I was sweating like I just did a marathon. And kid was like, please go upstairs. So I took a shower and I went back to sleep. Um, I came down here because because I know this is the time that the kids are getting ready for school. So I've been up since like 5. I'm trying to go back to sleep. um, so yeah, fun times. Uh, oh, Sherry, yeah, the ice thing. I hate that. That one, that is the scariest thing to me. When it like you have like the ice and then the snow on top of it, you're all thinking la di da di da. I can just walk through the snow, and then all of a sudden you're on your butt or in your face. Yeah, no, that's scary. And it's getting colder, and yesterday was really cold. And so it's sticking. I thought for sure I mean, because we had a couple warm days last week. I mean, think about it, like New Year's Eve itself wasn't exactly that cold. So it was like 45 degrees. So I was like, no way it's gonna stick. And then all of a sudden Mother Nature was like, yeah, we're gonna make it stick. So, yay. So I know, and up in the Blue Mountains, I always know that they always get the most snow as well. So always the rural parts. I have friends that live in Boonesboro, Maryland, and they already have like 12, almost 16 inches of snow. So there's like different bands in Maryland that get more. Um, we generally in Columbia get more snow than, let's say, Baltimore. But I'm curious. I wish Arnetta was on here because I would like to know how much she has in Washington because DC, either we get more than them or it's like a weird flip of a coin. Like I can't explain it. DC is like its own little world sometimes. It's very interesting. So yeah, today I was gonna try to sew up this pattern, but as you can tell by my flushed cheeks and my pale exterior, I'm not really up to doing very much. Maybe secretly sabotaging my daughter somehow for getting me sick, but that's about it. Hey, hey, Liz. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, yeah. For I hope this is my only cold for the New Year's. I'm gonna knock on some wood. Um, I knocked on plants. Hold on. So I'm going to print out some patterns I'm gonna make this week. I do have like 2 orders. I'm just gonna push them out a day or two. I don't like sewing when I'm sick. I know this sounds silly, even though I disinfect things before I package them and I lint roll and wipe everything down. I just feel like if I'm sick and I touch something that I'm about to package up, that there's a case that they can get it. I'm really a germaphobe like that. So I have 2 orders, but the people this week they understood that I was sick, and they've ordered for me before the past. So I'm hopefully I can get to their orders by Wednesday, so that way I can get them shipped out by Thursday and Friday. Um, I seen that. Did you guys see in that the summit schedule came out last night? Like came out late last night. But I seen it this morning. So Crafty Liz has a rhinestone class, and if I was going to the summit, that is a class that I would sign up for. I think rhinestones on bags are absolutely gorgeous, and every time I attempt to do it, I'm not successful at it. So that would be a class that I would definitely take. If you're going to try to go to the summit, hey Nikki, if you were trying to come to the summit, go look at their classes. There's some really cool classes that they have available, and they have some really cool ones where like they're more like a 6 hour time slot to finish a bag, and then they have some that have a 4 hours, and then there's like a lot of different demos. Um, I think the schedule looks really cool. Like it's it's well thought out. It's like trying to make you complete a bag, and as well as seeing different things that you not might not necessarily seen. You have, I think, Nikki who was teaching interfacing, and you know how I feel about interfacing and stabilizers. I feel like they're again the undergarments of your bag, and they can make or break your bag. So if you're a person that's a little like hesitant or don't know a lot of information about like interfacing and stabilizer, I would definitely take that class. Anytime you could take that, it'll be awesome. Still no still for you. Yeah. Oh, well, you're saying at zero. Yeah. So when it comes, it's gonna come hard. um, I don't know what we're sitting at. I was trying to see if it's on top. No, it doesn't. My phone. This okay. So this particular Samsung does not have it when you go pull it down. You actually have to go to the home screen to see it. Like when I had the notes, if you just like hover, it always had it. I don't. It's just one little thing that drives me nuts about it. Um. So yeah, I seen this summit thing and I wish I was going, but there's super amount of people that are going. Really cool classes, really cool teachers, and oh, the barrel bag. I don't know if you remember last year, I got to test the barrel bag for Justice So Many Creations. It has this really vintage 50s filled 50s like I don't know. It's a very vintage bag. It has to be my favorite bag out of any of her patterns that she made. And when I made it, it just like felt like I made this. She's teaching that, and I think that's really cool. So if you're a person that likes that vintage throwback, that is the class you should definitely take. So, I believe tickets go on the sale on the summit on the 10th, but the tickets for the class go on sale the same time as my retreat is, and that's on February 10th, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think that is actually correct. Let's see. Good morning. Um, so yeah, that's what my plans are today is to lay down, watch some more rom-coms or watch thrillers. I fall asleep on them and then like try to rewind and figure out where I fell asleep on them. At right now, I'm watching Perfect Couples on Netflix, and I hate this. I feel like my TV could, if I could put like a timer, like if I know I'm dozing off, like if I could put like a 30-minute timer on my TV so it can just shut off and not continue to go on to the next chapters, I would like that. Because now I have to figure out where I was on episode three. Like, and now I have to figure it out. It's intriguing me. I've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff because, like, usually during the holidays, I don't watch anything that has. I love true crime or dark history, um, but during the holidays, I try not to watch it. I'm more of a Hallmark girl. Um, so right now, I'm like binge watching it. Thank you. I hope I feel better too. Like Hope said that she felt better like on day 5 or 7, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping. But I just really want to get on here and say thank you for all the well wishes, and I will be back hopefully tomorrow, feeling a little bit better. But also, with all these storms, please check on the people around you, especially the elderly, because this is the time that there's usually sometimes tragic, unnecessarily death because no one just checked on their neighbor. I know sometimes if you're like me or like kind of introverted, I'm not a person that usually talks to my neighbors because I'm like, okay. But this is the time when you do act neighborly and just see if they're okay. Do they need a spare flashlight? Do they need matches? Do they have goods? Do you need water? Something because sometimes these people will go without heat and they think they can do it in sub-zero degrees. Like, just check on people. It could be a life or death situation. You may save a life. So, and I'm not trying to put pressure on you. Just this is the time of the year that we see in the news that people unfortunately pass away because no one checked on them. So, if you have a phone tree or anything like that within your community, just activate it. Just check on the people that are, you know, just check on somebody. I have a couple of we have snowbirds, but this year they're not snowbirds. And as soon as Kendall wakes up with his ultraverted butt, I'm gonna make him go there and see if they're okay. Do they need his if they need their walkway and their driveways shoveled? There goes my kids. They're young and youthful and have strong backs, and I'll have snow boots, and they can help them out. I'm sick. So, but just check on people. It's really important, especially when we have like these storms. Like this storm is really big and it doesn't go away until like Tuesday evening. And then there's another storm that's coming in on Friday. So, like, just check on people because these are these crazy weathers. When it's extreme heat or extreme cold, this is when we need to check on people. So, just do so. Um, if something seems a little suspicious and they're saying that they're fine and you just feel like their house is dark and there's no electricity, there you could call a welfare check on with the police, and the police can take it from there. There's a lot of things you can do, and just do it. Yeah, my they called a snow day yesterday at 5 o'clock, and my kids were jumping from joy. Like, everything's closed today. My husband doesn't have to go to work. Nothing. Everyone's closed. My oldest daughter, she works at the mall at AT&T, and T, and they're like, "We're not closed," and I'm like, "Dude, just send them a picture of outside." There's like, by the time we dig our car out, we and try to dig our way to get out of our complex, there's like you would already miss work. So I need to actually figure out how she's gonna get to work because my husband's gonna be like, there's no way we're gonna be able to dig our car out in that time. They called it off yesterday. My husband's off. And then yeah, so they're all like, woohoo, and I'm like, okay. I thought I was gonna have just a day of solitude, but no. I'm happy they're all here still. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed them all on Friday when everybody was gone. I know. I hate hearing that. Like, so, like, I know I have friends that live in Upper New York, and their kids go to school like a 3 inches. It has to be like significant snow for them to go off, and I'm like, Maryland is really weird. Maryland give Maryland because we get our snow dumps in like February and March. If you really think about it, the beginning of winter was December 21st. That wasn't that long ago. So usually in the beginning of winter, we don't have a lot of snow. We had a couple of snow flurry moments, but nothing stuck to the ground. So we like I think on the first day of winter we had a snow flurries. When they had this, they were out 90 minutes early on Friday, and then they have today off. So they're like my kids are on cloud nine. Um, and then most likely because there's the storm Friday, they're probably either going to go in 2 hours late or leave 90 minutes early. Yeah. And then my kids, they totally forget snow days in Maryland, whatever days they miss calculates towards the end of the year. Everyone always asks my kids, why aren't they out in May? They usually get out around June 15th. Yeah, no. They 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 get late start whenever they get late starts. I just turn around and want to go back to sleep because I already know like 10 minutes before their late start starts, they're gonna be like, oh, they're out. It's super annoying. I don't even know why they even bother with the late starts. Just say that they're gonna be out. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I would think they would have hurricane days a lot out there. Good morning. Oh, hurricane. Well, I mean, we get okay. So in spring and in the beginning of summer, we get hurt. We're part of the hurricane season too, and the only thing that scares the living bejesus out of me is that when the hurricane warnings and the tornado warnings are like they have the sirens going because something's about to go down. If that happens, they have to stay in the school and they have to go into the school's basement. And have you ever had a dog that gets anxious when they're like a storm's happening or firecrackers? That is literally how I act until my kids are in my possession. I am the worst parent because I like want to bust down into the school and grab them, and I know it's actually better for them and their safety, but I feel like they're not safe if they're not with me. And I guess that is my maternal instinct, and I just didn't know. But so that happens at least twice or three times a year when spring starts. Every year, never fails. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, DC is definitely DC. Well, because all those stupid one-way streets. I mean, I love DC. DC reminds me of downtown LA, except the one-way streets. And there, downtown LA is like home to me. Like I don't know what it is. Like the bustle of the streets, being able to see Broadway theaters and all that, everything in just one location is just amazing. And that's how DC is. But those one-way streets are ridiculous. And you're right. As soon as they have like a flurry out there, like everybody freaks out. You're the same way with your kids. Yeah, this it's just a weird thing. They're like, and they'll leave like messages having a hurricane or tornado warning. Kids are in the basement. Please do not try to come and pick up the kids. And I'm like, challenge accepted because I'm gonna come down there. And my husband's like, no, you're not. You're gonna go downstairs with Kinky. And we're just sitting down there playing our video games or whatever in the basement, and it's just super annoying. I know. I lived in California majority of my life. For 25 years I lived in California. And downtown LA is like home. I'm like the parallel parking queen and the whole nine yards. I used to go downtown LA like every weekend, and it's just I don't it's like a weird thing. I guess it's one of those things like I know my friends that live in Nevada, they never go to the strip. They know like all these other cool places other than the strip. But like in California, going like on the strip in Nevada is like a thing. Like it's like a rite of passage as soon as you turn 18 and 21. It's just a weird thing, and you know all the little places you could go, whatever. That's how it was for me with LA because I was in my late teens and early 20s when I really got to experience LA, and I loved it. And then I moved out. I was in Arizona, Seattle, all these other places before I settled down in Maryland. So there's like this part of me that always loves downtown LA. I'm used to the traffic. That's why when everybody always says we have traffic here, I laugh because people, unless you live in California, you don't know what traffic is. You have no idea what traffic is, except if you're on the New Jersey Turnpike. I will say that's traffic with traffic. Uh, and DC comes in a close second. But New Jersey Turnpike, I was like, when I was on a bus going to New York and they went on to the New Jersey Turnpike and how much like aggression was on there. I was like, oh my god, this feels like home. And everybody was looking at me, and I'm like, we're aggressive drivers. Road rage came from California, and I was like, this feels like home. I miss I miss it a little. And they were like, "What the heck?" Because like somebody cut somebody off and they popped out of their car. I was like, "This is like a home. Oh my god!" And just like inching up every so often, like every minute, like 2 inches. If the turnpike is like LA, and going in and out of DC is exactly like LA. The one-way streets is like Old Town Pasadena. Like you just want to, like if you can destroy one city, it's Old Town Pasadena. It's absolutely gorgeous, has the coolest stores you could ever go to, but the one way streets is absolutely mind numbingly just like you just want to destroy it. And that's what DC reminds me of. Is those one-way streets and there's not a lot of lanes and it's just always like a lot of traffic. And don't let the Rose Bowl parade come in because you're going to be living there for a year. And it's just I don't know. But yeah, so like for me, I get it. Like I don't want people from Alaska make fun of us other states when we're saying we're cold because those kids can go out in 20-degree weather in shorts and flip flops, like playing soccer, and we're like, what the heck? Because we're not used to it. That's how California is, especially Southern California is with the traffic. Um, that traffic is like none other, and I kind of look forward to landing in Sacramento because I know the Bay Area has traffic as well. Not as deep as Southern California, but I'm just waiting for that like rush of like aggression from driving. I didn't say I was normal, okay? But it's just been a long time because I hear people talking about traffic and I'm like, you don't know. Go out to California and you'll lose your ever loving mind. And like I'm like, even nuns have road rage in California, so it's just what it is. I know it's easier to do Uber, but like the Uber drivers have a different aggression because they know like all the back roads. Kind of like if you could go down Valley Boulevard, could take you all the way from LA up to the Inland Empire. You can go to Rialto, like you can go to Hospitality Lane in San Bernardino just off of one street. It goes all the way to LA. Once you figure out that it can help you out tremendously, you just have to deal with the lights, but it still goes faster than the freeway. But like those the the Uber drivers have like what my sister tells me and my friends tell me, like they know different routes. Is they just go nuts out there. Yeah, road rage was scary out there too. Like road rage has always been scary in California. I think it's just that the older you get, I think the more fear sets in. But if you really start pulling up road rage stuff in California, just do 1999 alone, and you're gonna be like, oh damn, there was like some with a nun, like, like, but yeah, there especially when the 215 opened up, there was like so everyone thought it was gonna be the savior just to go around everything, but yeah, it didn't turn out to be that. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. It does get progressively worse because we do populate more, but literally, I've always road rage has always been a thing in California. It's like never not been a thing. So like, it's kind of like people like carjacking in California has been a thing. Everybody knows someone that's been carjacked or robbed in California. My dad was has had that been done. I almost had that done, but the cops pulled up behind me out of nowhere and the people fled. It is very normal for California. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's right. Literally a part of life out there. Oh, I know. I know. Trust me, Linda. I lived out there most of my life. I know. It's always been like that. And really, there's if you're part of a gang or a gang affiliation, it's big out there. But it's always been like that. Just look up when it was Oakland Raiders or Los Angeles Raiders, and you'll be like, "Well, Shinobu was right." My dad was part of so many freaking fights for the L.A. Raiders or the Rams, and most of it started in the parking lot trying to get out to drive. I don't go to football games out there. I'm not allowed to go to the Raiders games ever. It's like, but yeah, it's just a part of it. And as we get older, we're just more aware of it, which can cause more fear. But it's just something that's always been in California. The more and more people that drive to it and live there, the more people it happens to. Good morning. Oh yeah, but that's the same thing with the New Jersey Turnpike. I seen someone full fledged had a fight. I was on the bus, and I'm sitting here just watching, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "This is this feels like home. Like, like the guy got out of the car and was like, what are you talking about? And was like doing all kind of hand gesture. The guy came out of nowhere with the fist to his face. And I was like, oh, this is like California. So, all right, I'm going to drink out of my husband, my son and my husband got me the Stanley Cup, and I've never owned a Stanley Cup before, and they said it's because I'm a YouTuber. Now I could be an official YouTuber because I have a Stanley Cup. I thought it was funny, so I wanted to share that with you. And it has a wide mouth, so I can stuff all this ice in it. It's my favorite cup ever. Um, so I'm gonna hop off, and hopefully I'll be on tomorrow. I'm like I said, I'm feeling better than I did the last couple days. I think you guys are gonna hear like my voice go through a lot of stuff. As I lose my voice or regain my voice, it just gets deeper. It's not. I know it's not. It's not an exploding top. I don't put it all the way to the rim. I did hear about that. My husband got it mostly because it's has a such a wide top because he heard about the other ones. But I also never put it in the fridge or the freezer or anything like that. So I hope all of you guys do well. And like I said, if you have the opportunity to check on other people around your area, please do, especially in this weather increments, because if someone's not well, you might be the difference between them living and not being alive. So check on your neighbors, make sure, especially your elderly neighbors, and make sure that they're okay. And if they need their something to be shoveled, if you have children, utilize those kids. So I will talk to you all later. I hope everyone stays safe and warm, okay? Bye.